New numbers from Statistics Canada show the amount of violent crimes reported to police in 2023 increased for a third consecutive year.
We break down the report now with our Parliament Hill reporter, Glen McGregor. Glen, what can you tell us?
Yeah, violent crime and all kinds of crime actually kind of peaked in the early 1990s in Canada and then went into a period of decline until about 2014, 2015, and then that trend line started to rise. So this is both based on the number of reported crimes per capita as well as the severity. So Stats Canada uses a severity index to determine, obviously a homicide is considered the most severe crime compared to things more minor crimes like property crimes. But when you look kind of right across the board, this trend sort of holds. We've seen a big increase over the past few years, not surprisingly, of course, to anybody in the GTA in auto thefts. That's driving part of it. Also fraud, extortion, and it's kind of surprising, a big increase year over year in the number of reported cases of possession of child pornography. That's probably not because more people are consuming this kind of illicit material, but police are getting better at detecting it and reporting it to local authorities. On the side of violent crimes, that kind of held steady year over year, but like the nonviolent crimes has also seen this kind of continual rise. Things like extortion are driving that as well as assaults and firearm charges. It's a very politically loaded topic, of course, and the federal Conservatives trying to make as much hay of this as they can. Pierre Poilievre was in London, Ontario today to talk about the crime, and he's really tying it to Justin Trudeau's government because that rise does coincide with Justin Trudeau becoming Prime Minister in 2015, although the trend probably started a little bit before then. So here's what Pierre Poilievre had to say about this new crime numbers.
This is the direct result of NDP Liberal catch and release policies that turn the same repeat offenders loose on our streets again and again and again. Just last week, we saw a story of 18 offenders charged with 150 crimes. 9 of them were already out on some sort of early release, and since their arrest, 6 of them have been released again.
Now, Poilievre's focus here really is on the bail rules. The Liberals kind of changed some of the rules when they came to power on bail, but back right before Christmas, kind of did a rethink on this and changed the rules again to make it harder in certain cases for some kind of accused offenders to get bail, but it's still a problem. There have been a couple of high-profile homicides in the just in the past few weeks in Canada. One in London, where Poilievre was speaking, and also one in Surrey, British Columbia, both involving young women killed allegedly by people who had previously been charged for something and then who were released on bail. In fact, the premiers of all the provinces wrote to the federal government just last week saying the government has got to take another look at that legislation, C-48, that enacted some of those changes, made it tougher to get bail. They think further restrictions are required. So we're going to watch and see what the government comes back, whether they're going to take another kick at this and consider even tightening bail rules a little further, guys.
Certainly a concerning trend here in Canada. Glen McGregor reporting for us. Thank you so much, Glen.
Thanks, guys.